What's up, everyone? Welcome to my very first song breakdown. I'll be breaking down one of my favorite songs that I've produced, which is called She Don't Wanna by Marlin. It just dropped this last Friday, 2 days ago, while I'm recording this. So if you want to go stream it after this video, go ahead and do it. I'll put the link in the description. And yeah, I'll show you a little snippet of the song, and then we can jump right into the details.
All those tears I've cried, I feel like I can finally breathe. No, you can get a piece of me. She don't wanna give you any more of a love. She don't wanna give you any more of a trust. She don't wanna give you any more of a loving, yeah. She don't wanna give you any more of a love. She don't wanna give you any more of a trust. She don't wanna give you any more of a loving, yeah. I learned to be wise and think.
Okay, so basically, this song started with the drums. I made this drum groove. In the beginning, it was really just kick, snare, and hi-hat, and nothing else. Okay, we have the kick right here. The snare. I had this laser thing as well.
Since you've gone away.
And the hi-hats. I actually programmed the hi-hats, and whenever I do this, I try to imitate a real drummer, more or less. So when I take one shots, I always take two or maybe even three, and I change the length of the one shot. So if I imagine a drummer playing the drums, he's gonna be like so the first one's gonna be a bit longer and louder, and the second one's always gonna be a bit lower. So I try to imitate this with the length and with the velocity. So basically I alternate these two. The length is so this one is the shorter one, and this one is a bit longer. You can see the fade out, and I alternate these two. And then I also use the velocity to create this kind of groove. So yeah, I had this. And then the first thing I did was play this bass line, which is really basic. It's just 3 chords basically. But it caught our attention, and we were like, okay, nice. This is a good direction. And it sounded like this. You can see I cut the bass because there were like some ringing going on, or noises that I didn't really want to keep in the song. So yeah, I just did that. Maybe also because I was too lazy to re-record it. And yeah, that was the intro. We had the first verse coming in, and that was all going on. Basically drums and bass and the vocals.
Sunny Saturdays, I'm in.
Right, so when I do my songs, I always try to elevate the song towards the hook, which is kind of a pop song theme. You don't really need to do that, but I like to do it to keep things interesting. I mean, depending on the song that I do, but in this song, obviously, it made a lot of sense. So we have the first part of the verse is really basic. There's just a bass and drums and the vocals. And then in the second one, I added some things to elevate the track, which I will be showing you right now.
Out you in my space, I never thought that I'd be fine. Now
So first of all, we have this clap loop. Which I also automated some reverb on it. I used the RC20 reverb. I kind of like the sound of it. And yeah, I just automated the reverb, the amount. On every second clap, there's more going on, more reverb going on. Just gives you, I don't know, a bit more alternation to the drums. And then the next thing I did was I added this thing, which I'm pretty proud of. Sounds like a synth, but it isn't. What it really is a guitar, as you can read it. And basically, we had this. I was playing this guitar. Which I thought, okay, it's nice, but it's really basic. There's like, it's kind of expected in a way. So I was like, okay, let's try to make something different out of it. And then I basically chopped it and reversed it so that it sounded like this. And then I added this plugin called Duck, which is basically an LFO, automating the volume of the loop of the track, basically, which created this sound. We have some things like this tape mellow going on with stereo width on it to create a bigger sound, and some flutter and wow and whatever to give it some character. Right, and then we have this one note string basically from Omnisphere, which is quite subtle, but it still adds something to the whole track. So this is how we build up from the first part of the verse to the second one.
Out you in my space, I never thought that I'd be fine. Now I got no more sleepless nights. After all those tears I've cried, I feel like I can finally breathe. Now you can get a piece of me. Don't wanna.
Okay, so we're building up tension here. One thing that I also do to do so is play with the reverb of the vocals or any kind of reverb. Automating reverb creates a lot of tension, so I like to use that as a tool. So I do this in the vocals right here before the hook comes in.
I feel like I can finally breathe. Now you can get a piece of me. Don't wanna.
So we have here all these sounds going to the reverb and delays.
Now you can get a piece of me. Don't wanna.
So builds up, and then we have this chop of the hook basically.
Don't wanna.
Which I wanted to have really dry, so I cut out all of the reverb and everything. What does this do? It gives you like the effect of in your face. It's right here. So basically we have this feeling of wow, it's opening up and everything is kind of leaving you, and then there's the hook coming in, boom, in your face. No reverb, nothing. It's here. And yeah, that's what I did. I just cut off the reverb and everything to create this effect. Also, I emphasized it with the drums right here. So I have two kicks with the hi-hat going on there. And then we go into the hook, which is, vocal-wise, it's just the main vocal, which is a really strong one.
She don't wanna give you any more of a love. She don't wanna give you any more of a trust. She don't wanna give you any more of a loving, yeah. She don't wanna give you any more of a love.
In the second part of the hook, we have these harmonies going on.
She don't wanna give you any more of a love. She don't wanna give you any more of a trust. She don't wanna give you any more of a loving.
And then instrumental-wise, we're kind of reducing the song in a way. So this guitar thing goes away, I wanted to really emphasize this whole rhythm. So basically, I just added this guitar, which is playing the same melody as the bass line. Very subtle, but it does emphasize the bass. Okay, and then we have this organ, which I really like, also emphasizing this rhythm. So there's really not much going on, harmonically. There's only this organ and this bass, which shows me once again that oftentimes less is more. We want to create space for the vocal, for the whole song, really. And in the drums, there's some things coming in as well. We have this open hat. She don't wanna give you any more of a trust. She don't wanna give you any more of a love. And we have this little percussion loop. Which I chopped up. Originally, it was like this. But when I heard it, I was like, okay, this sounds really nice. The sounds are nice, but if I add all of this to the drum groove, it's gonna mess up the groove. It's not gonna groove as much, which I can show you right here. All those tears I've cried. And it would add too much. It would be too much going on. So I just chopped it up. I just added some small rhythms in there, which does enhance the drums, but it doesn't really mess up the groove and still leave some space. She don't wanna give more of a love. She don't wanna give you any more of a trust. She don't wanna give you any more of a loving, yeah. So yeah, that's the hook. And then we move on to the second part, second verse, basically. I took away most of the drums. There's only the clap loop going on, the open hi-hat, and the laser thingy. Be wise and think twice about whom I share my good vibes with, 'cause when I'm in... And the bass line. Be wise and think twice about whom I share my good vibes with, 'cause when I'm in the room, your eyes on me, 'cause... So Marlin is doing a lot with the vocals. It's very rhythmic, which is why I wanted to leave space, which is why I removed so many things. Because she was really, basically with her vocals right here, she's playing the drums or being a percussion element, basically. The drums coming again. Meant for you and I, but it's not meant for you. And I realized I deserve so much more than this. Okay, we have this pre-hook again. We wanted to add some strings to give it a bit more kind of a dramatic feel, which makes sense also in the lyrics. So yeah, I added these strings. And then the guitar thing is coming in again. So here we're building up towards the hook again. So it's basically using the same elements in a way, also automating the reverb of the vocals, and also building up with the guitar coming in. We have this ad-lib thing, and we go into the hook again. The hook, the second one, every time I make a song, I make sure, actually, I think I learned this from Jordan Rakai, that every hook sounds different. Not completely different, but there's something that adds up, you know. Every hook, to me, I try to make every hook sound a bit bigger or like there's more going on in every one. So I did this here by once adding this synthesizer, which is playing with the organ. So it's adding something in the higher frequencies, basically. Okay. Instrumentally, that's it. What we do have is the harmonies are coming in from the beginning of the second hook already, and not like the first one, only in the second part of the hook. So we have the harmonies that were going on already.
She don't wanna give you any more of a love. She don't wanna give you any more of a trust. She don't wanna.
And we added some more, some higher ones.
She don't wanna give you any more of a love. She don't wanna give you any more of a trust. She don't wanna give you any more of a loving, of a loving.
So all these together sound like the following.
She don't wanna give you any more of a love. She don't wanna give you any more of a trust. She don't wanna give you any more of a loving, yeah. She don't wanna give.
Right. So that's the second.
She don't wanna give you any more of a love. She don't wanna give you any more of a trust. She don't wanna give you any more of a loving, yeah. She don't wanna give you more of a loving, yeah. Now that I can be myself, I understand that it wasn't worth it.
So in the beginning, while making this song, it was until here. It was really nice, the song, but we felt like it was too short. So we were like, okay, let's make a bridge. So yeah, we made a bridge. I came up with these chords, still keeping the same rhythm in the bass line, keeping the same feel, but just changing up the chords. So I played this bass line. Also the guitar following the bass. Basically, I think it's just a clean amp with some chorus, and some more chorus with the microshift. In the drums, we have still the same thing going on. We have the claps and the usual drums.
Now that I can be myself, I understand that it wasn't worth it. Yeah, I'm feeling perfect. I will never change for.
One detail I want to address here, which is a thing that I do a lot as well, is this thing. Very subtle. Most people don't hear it. So basically, we had the bridge, and the transition wasn't feeling quite right. It was like something was coming in, but you weren't ready for it. So this is one thing that I do a lot when I kind of change, when there's a change coming in the vocal. Maybe the artist is singer in a higher tone or whatever, something that you're not really ready for. I like to basically take the first word.
Now that I can be.
So I took this now, and I added a lot of delay and reverb, and then it sounded like this. Okay, and then I reversed it, and it turned out to sound like this. Which in the song then sounds like this. So it prepares you for this different section of the song. And then here I just added it to kind of fill this gap.
Yeah, I'm feeling perfect. I will never change for
Small detail as well. And to build up towards the third hook, we have some harmonies coming in here again.
'cause I know all it does is hurt me. That's why she doesn't want to. She don't wanna give you any more of her love.
Okay, this little break in the drums as well. The bass is doing this as well. And then we have the third hook.
She don't wanna give you any more of her love. She don't wanna give you any more of her trust. She don't wanna give you any more of her loving, yeah. She don't wanna give you any more of her love. She don't wanna give you any more of her trust. She don't wanna give you any more of her loving, yeah.
So drum-wise, everything's the same. I didn't add anything right here. The bass, what happened here is basically we're using the chords of the bridge for the last chorus. And yeah, it just gives you a different feel. We realized, oh, this actually works and feels great, so we did it. What I did then was I added the organ as well. Same thing that was going on in the first hook, but with the new chords. Okay, and then same one, like the high synth as well. We have the guitar from the bridge still. And yeah, then in the vocals, harmonies are still the same as well as the second one. What we added was this thing, which I really like as well.
She won't give you none.
And then here as well.
She won't give you none.
We have some ad-libs as well.
Oh.
And in the end as well.
No.
Okay, what I like to do with ad-libs a lot is auto-pan them. So it kind of moves left and right. You know, create some dynamic, create some atmosphere, create some nice feelings. And then I also have this vocal chop thing. It's not much, but I kind of wanted to add something. And yeah, everything together sounds like this.
She don't wanna give you any more of her love. She don't wanna give you any more of her trust. She don't wanna give you any more of her loving, yeah. She don't wanna give you any more of her love. She don't wanna give you any more of her trust. She don't wanna give you any more of her loving, yeah.
Okay, then we go back in the outro. We go back to the normal vocals. Chords. Drums, bass, the organ is playing the chords, and that's it. That's the outro. One thing I also added was this this vocal effect, which is Marlin's vocal here in the hook.
Yeah.
And then I pitched it down and added some delay. And it rings out into the outro as well. Create some atmosphere. I also use this one here in the first verse.
But not for you. Sunny Saturdays, I'm in my
Right, and then yeah, I think that's everything. We have this sweep effect as well, which creates some tension as well, especially before the hook or before any type of change in the song. Yeah, I use it again and again.
I can finally breathe. No, you can get a piece of me. She don't wanna give you any more of a love. She don't wanna give you any more of a.
Yeah, in the drums, I didn't add much to it. I always have, basically, I always group my drums. I put an EQ on the group. I lowered some of this 80 hertz, some of the highs. I used some compression. And obviously, well, not obviously, but also knock. Just saturating it a tiny bit. And yeah, that's about it. Thank you so much for watching this. I hope you guys learned something or just enjoyed seeing what lies behind this track. If you're a producer and you've been making tracks, you want to learn how to get your tracks to the next level, and you think that maybe I could help you out, I'm actually offering one-on-one coachings on production. So if you want to, you can book a free call with me. It's 30 minutes, and maybe we can look at some of your tracks. We can see if I actually can help you, and if you're interested to work with me. Also, if you're a musician, an artist, a singer, and you want to work with me, create some songs, make some music, just feel free to hit me up. You can hit me up on Instagram, on email. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.